is Stryker. Sergeant John M. Stryker. You're gonna be my squad. A rifle squad. 3 of us have seen action. Corporal Dunn, Charlie Bass, and myself. You're gonna learn from us. In boot camp, you learned out of a book. Out here, you gotta remember the book and learn 1,000 things that have never been printed, probably never will be. You gotta learn right, and you gotta learn fast. And any man that doesn't want to cooperate, I'll make him wish he hadn't been born. Before I'm through with you, you're gonna move like one man and think like one man. If you don't, you'll be here to see that you know how. If I can't teach you one way, I'll teach you another. But I'm gonna get the job done. The skipper of this outfit is Captain Joyce. Platoon leader is Lieutenant Baker. Platoon sergeant, Sergeant Wright. Any questions? That's all.
Their own oat milk brand.
So it's going to ultimately result in more supply and lower prices. Probably
They eventually make the oat milk bubble pop. Yes, literally to the title company to ensure we got our dream home. That's the kind of favor you'd only expect from a friend. That above and beyond. Why we took
called Optima Tax Relief. Optima was able to make
All right. A slight overview of what I had to do to get this thing to work. First off, those two main filter caps were shorted. There were two-section electrolytics. I replaced it with a 4-section single electrolytic, only to find that this filter choke right here was open. I was able to take it apart and fix where it was broken and glue it back together. I might change that if I eventually find one, the correct one. And of course I had to change take all the wax paper caps out of this thing. They were like blowing up like one after the other. The usual stuff you have to do on these stupid old things. But on this one I put RCA plugs in the back, so the video comes in and I have it go into the contrast control, which I disconnected from the original circuit, and so it acts as like, gain control, kind of like it did originally. And then it goes into the I think it was a 6AU6 tube here, and I disconnected the video detector tube and just fed this composite video straight into that tube. And for the audio, I wanted to make sure I could still use the radio section of this thing. So again. There's the audio wire. It goes up to this mess I have here, which was the heater control. This is the heater control switch for the TV section. So when I turn the TV on, the 6.3 volts, I built this little voltage doubler, and it turns this relay on, which puts the sound into the TV sound into the amplifier section. Like I said, I could have just bypassed all that, but then the AM and FM section wouldn't work anymore. And that's just a 12 volt relay from a car, actually. And this I think it was what they call a horizontal trimmer capacitor, fixed trimmer capacitor, was shorted, so I was getting just a straight vertical line across the screen. So obviously all the wax paper capacitors are out, and I had to glue the tube CRT socket back on because it popped off like they often do. And if you've ever done one of those before to fix it, it's a lot of fun. But now, it's working now, and it's actually, picture actually is better in real life than it comes out on the phone. And now I just have to run it for a while, because if you've ever worked on one of these, it'll work great forever, and then as soon as you put it back in the cabinet, something goes wrong. And you might ask, why would you even bother doing this? And I would have to say, I have no friggin' idea. It's a complete waste of time and effort. Oh well. That concludes my exciting video here. Maybe I'll add to it when I put this thing back in the cabinet.